At Bayer Environmental Science, we recognize that ants are probably one of the most difficult pest groups for PMPs to control. We're very happy to announce in this chapter a new label registration for premise to control ants in and around homes. This new labeling allows premise to now be applied to building surfaces where ants enter, crawl, or hide, indoors or out. There is no restriction on application sites as in other products being 1 foot up the foundation and 1 foot away from the building. Premise can be applied for ant control to soil, turf, or ground cover adjacent to buildings. It can be applied on flower and plant beds, as a soil injection or drench for soil nesting ants, and along those important foraging trails along the edges of walls and driveways. Another feature of this new label language for premise is that applications can be made once per month. Premise is the first non-repellent ant control product labeled for application virtually anywhere ants occur, both indoors and out. Premise provides the patented domino effect. That's where ants that are exposed to premise residues have the ability to pass on a lethal dose of the insecticide to other colony members who have never been in a treated zone. Premise reduces the availability of honeydew around structures, enhancing your ant control program by reducing this attractive material. Premise can be utilized in combination treatments, including formulations like Max Force baits, Delta Guard contact granules, Tempo and Suspend residuals, dusts such as Delta dust, Tempo dust, or Dryone dust. In our combination treatments with premise, we can utilize attractive Max Force baits to intercept ants very close to where they nest or before they get into the structure. Max Force baits are available in multiple formulations. High moisture Max Force gels mimic the wet foods that ants prefer, and they can be applied into nest openings, along trails, or at entry points in the building. Max Force ant bait stations are one of these formulations that, again, we sort of have forgotten. However, they're long-lasting, they have very broad spectrum attraction to many species of ants. A favorite place that I like to suggest you place Max Force ant bait stations is outside, underneath splash blocks, or around the perimeter where they can intercept ants before they get into the home. Certainly, it's logical that if you find an actual nest site with a soil nesting ant like pavement ant, or if you turn over a rock and you find a nest site for little black ant, you can treat that directly with one of the effective Bayer residual products such as Tempo Ultra or Suspend SC. You can treat the nest directly, applying a high volume of material to soak down into the soil nest to eliminate that colony. Remember dusts, such as our Delta dust, Tempo dust, or Dryone dust. These dust formulations not only kill void-infesting ants, but they can be used preventatively to take away harborage sites for future infestation. And finally, coming back to this new label registration for premise, applied either as spray treatments indoors and out, and also our ready-to-use foam, which can be used to inject into infested voids, into carpenter ant galleries, and into cracks and crevices for effective ant management.